World Cup larpers. Now the 2026 World Cup has just started and today we're going over the different types of World Cup larpers. I also fixed the extreme bass on the P's so you guys don't have to hear mad bass every time I say a word with a P in it. Unless I say it like that. Okay, first we gotta cover Americans. And you don't know how many crazy takes I've heard surrounding Christian Pulisic. Dudes talk about him like he's Kobe Bryant. I am also gonna call it soccer for the purpose of this video because I am American. And since I am American, I can give you the craziest takes that I've heard people say about soccer. Dudes will never watch soccer another day in their life other than the World Cup and start talking about soccer like they got a PhD in soccer analysis. You don't know how many times I've heard somebody say Christian Pulisic is a top 5 player in the world. In what world? If America was the only place in the world, then he still wouldn't be top 5 because America is 2 different continents. And he's definitely not top 5 in South America and North America. But if USA was the only place in the world, then he would be top 5. And no matter how bad the American team is, the Americans always believe they're gonna win the World Cup. And I mean, that's most countries to begin with, but America as a country is just a delusional country. Like, bro, we think we're the best at everything. And after that 4-1 win against Paraguay, these Americans actually think they're gonna win the World Cup. Like, it's not Paraguay that they beat 4-1. You would have thought they beat Germany 4-1. Hey, but Balogun for president, he'll do a better job than our current president. And if you ask these American LARPers to name 5 players on the American national team, they'll freeze up like Mariah Carey on any other season other than winter. Like, they'll genuinely be like, Christian Pulisic, Trinity Rodman, Alex Morgan. The average American knows more players on the women's national team than the men's national team. And mind you, these are the same people who can't even name 3 WNBA players. Why is the women's national soccer team more famous than the men's national team? That is like unheard of. I've never heard of anything like that in my life before. As an American, America isn't even my favorite national team. Allez le bleu. If you're asking me why, that's a long story. Let's continue on to the video. And speaking of people who speak English, England fans are the equivalent to Cowboy fans in the NFL. Conveniently, they're both called football, the sports they play. They always have a good team. They're always contenders to win it all. But when it's actually time to win it all, they always choke. The fans are diehard fans, might even give up their firstborn child for the team to win a championship. They always think they're gonna win. Their team is good enough for them to win, so they have reason to think their team is gonna win. It's just not meant to be, I guess. But England fans have it worse than Cowboy fans, because the last time the Cowboys won a Super Bowl was in 1996. The last time England won the World Cup, 1966. And they've never won the Euros. They haven't even won the Nations League. How is it this possible to have this much talent and never win anything for like 50 years? At that point, you just gotta try to lose. Mind you, they lost a recent Euro to a team whose best player was a minor at the time, or one of their best players. Either way, they were getting cooked by a minor. It also doesn't help that one of their best players is Harry Kane. He was notorious for not having any trophies. And it's not like a CP no ring situation, because in soccer it's easier to get trophies because there's more chances and more tournaments to get a trophy. And it's not like his teammates were bums. He was teammates with Son. But anyways, England are D1 chokers. Respect to their fans though, they stay loyal even after all the chokes. But anyways, next we got the Ronaldo Glazers. These dudes will try to convince you that Ronaldo is still like that guy. The dude is 41 years old. There's no way that he's the same as he was at like 20 and 30. And that's okay. He had his great times. He's still one of the greatest. And these dudes will try to convince you that Portugal is going to win the World Cup. If Portugal somehow wins the World Cup, I will walk up to a random crackhead and just start talking Portuguese to him. They can be unstable, no telling what their reaction will be. And I can't lie, it is very possible that Portugal can win the World Cup. They got the talent. But realistically speaking, there's like 4 or 5 more teams that have more talent than Portugal does. And even if they do somehow win it, I can't see Ronaldo being a big part in that at 41 years old. There's a reason why he's in the Saudi League and not still in the Premier League or La Liga. But Ronaldo still is the top scorer in the Saudi League. Yeah, and I scored 5 goals in a single match at my local park. People try to discount Dembele's goals because he's in the Liga, but the Saudi League is a whole nother realm. If Liga and Bundesliga are far farmers leagues, then the Saudi league is a retirement league. I mean, bro, everybody who gets signed there gets signed for like $60 million on their last few legs. Most of that contract is probably to their hospital bill after they get hurt in their first 3 games. Hey, but Ivan Toney's in the Saudi league, so it's not all bad. But if we're gonna talk about Ronaldo Glazers, then we gotta talk about Messi Glazers as well. And all the people talking about, oh, Argentina's gonna win it, they have Messi. Buddy, this dude's also pushing 40 as well. And he doesn't have Di Maria to help him anymore. Now, they still got a good lineup, they still got a good team. They still could win the World Cup technically. If Messi or Ronaldo win this World Cup, or Neymar, and they're the main reason that they win it, I'm talking about scoring all the goals, all the assists, goals, assists, whatever, and not putting up 3.9s like that dude from South Africa. Oh wait, I just checked back. It was even worse. It was 3.5. If they're not doing that, putting up peak performances, then you might gotta sign me up to the retirement home. Next, we got the French national team isn't French. People, last time I checked, it's called a France national team, not a France origin team or a France descendant team. Every single one of the French players was born in France. There was only 3 who weren't. Marcus Thuram, even though he was born in Italy, he later lived in France and played for a French academy, Social Montbéliard, and his dad is a famous French player anyways. Lilian Thuram. Bryce Samba, he was born in Congo but then later raised in Paris or a nearby neighborhood. And the one person who wasn't born or raised in France, Michael Elise, he is the only person you can make an argument that, maybe he's not French. But even then, his mom is French. And if you have a parent with a French descent, you can apply for French citizenship. So he would be a French citizen, therefore making him a French national. They just mad because they ain't us. France all the way. France winning the World Cup. France the best team in the World Cup. Yup. Allez le bleu, allez. But no, seriously, if a dude is born and raised in France, what does that make him? If that doesn't make him French, then slap my cheeks and call me a butter biscuit. Then I guess nobody can become French then, unless you're Napoleon. And even that dude was kicked out of France. And then he was kicked out again. If Napoleon Bonaparte can't be French, then I guess nobody can be French. These people might be onto something. Then we got the fans of the teams that are just happy to be there. Mainly Curacao, Jordan, Haiti, Cape Verde. I am from Bosnia, take me to America. I mean, there's a lot more, but you get the gist. I mean, these people are usually chill. Even the larpers who don't even like soccer to begin with, they don't even try to convince you that they like soccer. They're just happy that their country did something for once and that the whole world gets to watch their country shine. They don't even be getting mad at nobody. They don't start no arguments. They're just happy that their country made it and that their country's on the world stage. But the game of the year, the one we've all been waiting for, the star-studded DR Congo from Africa faces their chilly brother from the north, Uzbekistan. But on a real note, Congo actually has people I heard of. Uzbekistan is just Kusanov and friends. Other than Kusanov, I've never heard of any of these other dudes. But apparently everybody's gathering up to watch this game for some reason. I know it's a joke when people say this is the biggest game of the World Cup, but I am unintentionally gonna watch this game. It might be a classic, who knows? But anyways, support your team that you like, your own country, your parents' country. France is gonna win. Dembele's the GOAT. Spread love. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See ya. Mein Jeep, mein Gaffel, sag ich wär der Rookie de l'Homme. Ich bin grad noch fetter als Balou mit Ballons im Beamer und Glotz wie Alarm.